What's up again, guys? Yeah, it's me, your friendly neighborhood Dovahkiin, and welcome back to Let's Play Divinity Original Sin 2. And before we begin, be sure to hit on the subscribe button for more great videos. Alright, in the previous episode, we've cleared the rest of the sewers, both main and junction, and my first stop was the Thieves Guild, wherein I had to whack some trolls and scare the crap out of a few pesky kids, just to get this unusual painting, which is what we will need to go deeper into the vault of Linder Kemm. But before we do some vault cracking, let's have a small talk with Cat the Appraiser. And by the way, she's not a cat. And on a side note, in earlier game versions, the Appraiser's quest, Old Means Gold, was separate, but now they just merged it with Kemm's quest.
Oh, for heaven's sake, would you please... Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought you were that rotten butler about to warn me once again to take the ocular, not the tactile approach. I swear I've a mind to beat him to death with the nearest dictionary I can find. Because that little snob thinks me unworthy of being in his precious lord's mansion, appraising his precious lord's collection of antiques. Just you try judging the state of a Vedistian armoire if you're not even allowed to rummage through its drawers. I'm merely appraising the many antiques gathered in here in this beautiful mansion.
A roguish little smile suddenly plays upon her lips.
What else would I be doing? You do drive a hard bargain, don't you? Very well. Consider yourself invited. Now listen closely. Rumour has it that Lord Kemm's mansion is built upon a massive vault in which he hides his true valuables. His entire house is but a smokescreen for the real treasure hidden underneath. I've had no luck so far in locating this fabled vault, but if you do, I swear the entire hoard is yours. No questions asked. All I want in return for this information is a trio of curios that is said to be kept inside. The portrait of the divine, the cup of kings, and the scroll of eternity. Everything else is yours. A most satisfactory arrangement.
As far as what the average citizen knows, Lord Kemm's vault is just gossip, a myth, a bedtime story. But the pretentious big boss kid back at the Thieves Guild, forgot her stupid name by the way, told us that it is where she stole the painting from. She even marked my map of the lever, which drains a pool that conceals the hatch to it. Okay, the hatch is there, so it isn't a bedtime story after all.
A blood rose bush. When not in flower, it barely stinks at all.
Too bad, cause this ain't actually a blood rose, just a common one that is. Anyhow, way back in episode 13, I featured the author of the blood rose, which is practically the strongest craftable pot in the game. Anyway, before we pull the lever to drain the water, let's discover the waypoint first.
Keep his name safe. It must not be spoken.
I spotted something.
Alright, this next fight is very interesting. The vault is patrolled by 3 golems / automatons, and naturally, them seeing you translates to a battle. The catch, however, is the unusual manner of gaining their kill EXP, which by the way is nearly 81k each. Now let me try to explain the unusual parameters of this fight. 1. Upon defeat, they will enter an inactive status, and to finally destroy him, you must consume their source while inactive. If not consumed within I think 3 turns, they will reactivate with fully restored stats. 2. If fought individually, you'll be taken out of combat mode once it becomes inactive. And 3. You will only gain EXP if you consume them while in combat mode. So yes, parameters 2 and 3 are somehow at odds with each other, making this battle difficult as far EXP gain is concerned. The obvious way is to fight them all at the same time, but still you'd only get 2 out of 3 EXP, because you have no choice but to consume the last one outside of combat. However, there's a simple way to solve this. Add a 4th enemy. If you still have the Jin's lamp, you can summon him here, but that's a bad idea, because on his own, he's already a headache, and he's just gonna make this fight exponentially ridiculous. Fortunately, besides the lamp, there's another item in the game that summons an enemy. Remember the Corrupted Tyrant's Helm, which is part of the Brachus Rex set? Upon using its Purge ability for the 3rd time, a demon will spawn, and I've already prepared mine by using it twice. Now, to cut the long story short, watch me pull it off.
So, this is where Kemm likes the good stuff. helmet can tell when I've consumed swords. It gets tighter, free. And how hungry I've grown.
And that is how you make things easy. Okay, let's just pick up the stuff that the Appraiser asked for, which provides 19k EXP each.
What's this? I found something. I spotted something.
I just turned level 21 back there, and certainly getting the EXP from all 3 golems was worth it. Cause the next battle, which will happen deeper in this vault, is gonna be a bigger challenge. So give me a few moments to allocate my points. Anyhow, if you've watched my 4-part final build arc on each of my tunes, you don't need to wonder where new points will go. Cause from that point forward, everything will just fall into its rightful place. By the way, the links are in the description. Alright, we're back, and let's go deeper into this vault by returning the unusual painting that we stole from the Thieves Guild.
I spotted something. The spirit of a painting hovers where the painting itself once stood. The second passion of Lucian, you presume. I've spotted something.
Now interact with this book. But before you go down the hatch, take this other painting called Responsibility. By the way, the chest underneath it contains a magnificent, unique armor.
A dagger of pain shoots through your head, halting your advance instantly. You hear a voice, soft and calm, yet laced with disappointment.
Such a long journey you have undertaken.
in the service of thieving charlatans, in pursuit of that which you will never obtain. A long, sad sigh reaches you from the depths of the void itself. This is your last chance. Abandon this folly. Leave and never return. I am the past. I will be the future. I am the God King. You are but a misguided servant. Heed my words and leave. I do not wish you harm unless you force my hand. Because my followers are many, my followers are everywhere. Your endeavors are pointless. The voice fades away, and with it, the pain.
Anyway, along with Isbale, which was already dealt with in episode 65, back in episode 63, as per the expose of Wendigo, the old Whammon, the other favored servant of the God King is Lord Kemm himself. And that's why for me, this altar existing in his vault didn't come as a surprise. By the way, I will not highlight it, but there's a unique shield behind this pillar. Anyhow, to reveal yet another hatch, here's where the responsibility painting comes in.
Only the God King knows the weight of responsibility.
On a side note, Wendigo's remains and spirit should not exist here, and this is a bug. Cause back in episode 63, I've already granted her mercy by freeing her with the first sworn breaker, and she should be enjoying her freedom at the Hall of Echoes as we speak. But just ignore her ghost and loot her corpse for the used and broken sworn breaker that you gave her, which still holds value in case you want to sell it, and the 2 virtue tokens, which will be very significant at endgame. Now let's meet Ahoo.
Someone here. He seems to be in great pain.
It's been 1,000 years. And now for some reason, he has the title of Lord. And yes, Ahoo is another character from the first game. The other being Jehan, pronounced as Jahan by the way, which I already featured a couple or so times in my past vids. As opposed to Jehan, Ahoo was not a companion, but an ally, like the roles of Melody, Gareth, etc. And he was a tinkerer / scientist of sorts. He can also transform into a cat, and you don't need Pet Pal to chat with him. Practically a talking cat. That's why people somehow mistake him for a cat god. And he's a perv, by the way.
The man before you writhes in pain, oblivious to you. Otherworldly shackles are coiled all around him, keeping him prostrate. The man raises his head with an anguished groan. I am Arhu. No, I am bound by powerful magic. Try to free me, and it will likely kill me. He coughs up a gout of blood. Before he can dissuade you any further, his eyes roll back and he loses consciousness. I told you to leave! You're going to kill me! You can't! He shudders as fresh waves of pain course through him. Leave, while you still have a chance, and don't touch the... He passes out, mid-sentence from the pain.
pain! It's too much! His face goes slack as the pain renders him senseless. The man doesn't respond. He's out cold.
Alright, consuming this last black ring ghost triggers the fight, so I'm gonna set up my squad. Anyway, prepare for Lord Kemm, cause he's gonna be a tough nut to crack, and he'll join the battle early in the first round.
Hey, no.
You should have told me you were expecting visitors. Run, you fools! That, I'm afraid, is a matter of perspective. From where I stand, all of you must die. Everything depends on it.
Why, Kemm? Why betray everything for which you once stood?
I stood for a lie. The God King told me the truth, so I swore an oath. He's sorry it turned out this way, of course. But you can never see Lucian. It can't be allowed. Oh dear, I thought you might say that. Shall we then?
Cornered. Right where I was.
And Super Red, the spouse of the sun, saves the day. But it was really Machine Gun Fane, MGF, who dominated their asses.
My thanks. I don't know if I would have lasted much longer. It is the strangest thing. I feel restored. But a moment ago I was convinced eternal pain awaited me. Now, all the pain is gone. I'm lucky you found me. Because of my knowledge of the inner working of the Cathedral. Kemm and his Black Ring cronies will stop at nothing to harvest its secrets. To think I trusted a traitor. I thought him a friend, a protector of the city, yet all the while he was trying to gain entry to the crypt. To Lucian's body. Just like you, I presume. You didn't come here by chance, did you? No. Your power, your skill. You're a god-working. And I think it's fair to say you didn't come to save my hide out of the kindness of your heart, either. You want to enter the tomb of Lucian, don't you? I swore an oath to prevent anyone from ever entering the tomb of the divine. But that may have been a mistake. I've heard of your deeds. People call you a hero. Maybe you're worthy after all. The divine's tomb is a fortress, a gauntlet. No single person was entrusted with the entire sequence necessary to enter. Not even I. Lucian insisted that no one ever approach his remains, especially Godwoken. He said that to do so would be to surrender to the void. He even made arrangements for agents to hunt Godwoken following his death. You may know of these agents, the White Magisters and Lone Wolf mercenaries. I know. Whatever way Lucian foresaw events has not come to pass. Rivellon needs a divine. I don't know every step of the Path of Blood, but I'll get you as far as I can. First, you must get past the statue of Lucian that judges those who approach it. There exists a source amulet and a scroll. The Scroll of Atonement. That will let you pass unharmed. You'll need to speak to the engineer who designed this stage of the Path of Blood. A man named Sanders. He works as a toy seller now, right here in Arx. Tell him that I sent you. Wear the amulet to charge it with source. Then bring both it and the scroll to the Path of Blood. There is a hidden mechanism. Place the amulet inside it, then read from the scroll in order to pass. Further obstacles lie beyond. I can only help with one of them. The Death Room. There are many levers in there. Most lead to death, but 5 will lead you closer to the Divine's tomb. Each lever is named after a virtue of the Divine. 5 of them bear initials that spell power. Select these 5 and these alone. To my home in the Cathedral. I need to recover. Good luck, Godwoken. With a glint in the dark of his eye, the spirit of Kemm gives you a toothy grin. He begins to chuckle, deep in the bones of his neck. It sounds like a rat trapped in a kettle.
You have no idea. What? No, this was not the deal. This was not the deal. I will return. I will return.
But Lord Kemm was gone, and he would never return.
Besides his unique shield, he also drops a guaranteed random divine item. Okay, let's get this second Swornbreaker, which I intend to give to Sada, the Red Princess, to free her from the God King as well. Now, this glass is the most important thing in this act, cause yes, it's a source fountain, like in Meister Siva's vault back in Act 2. Alright, we are back up to the surface to report to the Appraiser. Anyhow, don't worry about Lady Paulina, other Kemm household members, and paladins going aggro against you. Cause they have no idea of what just went down in the vault. The lord of the house being dead, that is. So life goes on as usual in the mansion, with Lady Kemm happily restocking tea for you to buy.
Why, hello again. Did you find them? Then the vault is real. I can't believe it. What did you find? Do show me, please. Let's have a long-awaited look.
The painting of the divine, the cup of kings, and the scrolls of eternity. However, reading the descriptions of these items reveal that all of them are mere trash. But she's an appraiser. She's the pro. So, to hell with my opinions. What matters is that she'll buy them from you at nearly 6k gold in total. Anyway, she and her elven bodyguard will disappear after the transaction. So you might as well buy this unique amulet from her, which I will. I know it's expensive, but the total value of loot in the vault will be more than enough to cover this expense.
And so I finally have all three. 7 bless you for your troubles, although no greater blessing really than lots and lots of precious things.
By the way, I might have missed mentioning other divines or uniques in the vault, cause that was just a quick run, but of course, leave no stone unturned. And that is all there is for now. Thanks for watching. Also, check out other videos from Sabbath Clan Philippines and subscribe. See you on my next vid. Peace out, y'all.